Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So by popular demand, this is going to be my personal Q&A video where I just answer questions that you guys ask me about myself. I totally love answering questions like these. I don't have any problem answering them. It's just that personally I don't find, the things that I do more interesting than what's going on in A Song of Ice and Fire or on Doctor Who and stuff. So that's why I don't do a lot of vlogs all the time. I also wanted to give you guys an update on, giveaways that are going on and things that are coming up. So I'm going to be at Anime Expo this coming weekend. I'm not going to be there every single day, but I will be announcing on Twitter and Facebook when I'm going to be around. And just in case you guys haven't seen, I'm doing a weekly Game of Thrones giveaway as part of my Game of Thrones bonus videos and a weekly Korra giveaway as part of those videos. So I'll have links for all that stuff in the description. So let's get to the important stuff. Weird questions about me. So first question. Tang Kingy asks, what is your family background in terms of what country they came from, etc.? So I'm about as white as you can get. Although historically my family's from somewhere between the border of France and Germany, but I'm fourth or fifth generation American. But technically I guess you would call me German. Question number 2, Tom Minter asks, what career have you had in the past? And what are your goals for Emergency Awesome? Are you using it as a stepping stone to something greater? You mentioned in the past that you'd like to work with HBO. So there's, a lot of questions, good questions. Essentially, I've done a lot of stuff in the past. So right after school, I worked in the financial industry for a long time. And then after that, I basically kind of went back to school, got a film degree. I actually have 2 degrees. My first degree is in psychology. My second one is in film and business. And that's where I started doing YouTube stuff. I started working with a company called Next New Networks that got bought out by YouTube. So a lot of the stuff that we did there formed the foundation for what they tell other YouTubers to do to make their channels big, to grow their audiences. So that was just pure fun time, but I almost got paid no money, but it was so much fun. As the channel gets bigger and bigger, there are some things that I'd like to do that I haven't done yet, like charity work, but I'll be making announcements about that later this year. So there are some things I'm really excited about. In terms of stepping stone and stuff like that, no, I don't have any intention of ever trying to do a TV show or, work with HBO like that. So typically when I work with networks, it's to create special videos when certain things are coming out. BBC America approached me last year about doing a couple special Doctor Who videos, and that's where they sent me this TARDIS that you guys see. But there's no businessy stuff going on. It's just you and your friend, talking about a certain show on Twitter, except I'm doing it in video. Question number 3, Alex asks, how old were you when you read Storm of Swords? So yeah, I actually read the George R. R. Martin books way after they came out, because they came out a long time ago. I would say I was mid to late 20s. So I basically read the first 4 books, and then I had to wait a couple years for Dance with Dragons to come out. Question number 4, Waddle my friend asks, can I give you a gift? I'd like to send you something from the UK. So thank you so much. A lot of you have actually asked about sending me physical things or letters or something like that. I don't have one right now, but I will get one in the future. So whenever that happens, I will make an announcement. So in case you guys ever want to send me physical, actual things. Question number 5, Emily Whittle asks, why did you start making videos? So I'd actually been working on YouTube for a long time. I think I started working on YouTube, it was late 2007, just working on other people's channels as an editor or an intern. But just because cameras are so expensive, and for a long time I didn't have a ton of money to spend on stuff like that, I just didn't have the equipment to make videos. But then finally I got a little bit of money, so I bought a camera, and it was right around the 2012 Doctor Who Christmas special, and I really wanted to talk about it, so I thought it'd be fun to make a video, and it was terrible. And then I made another video, and it was a little bit better, and so on and so on, and then I just arrived, where you see me right here. Question number 6, what kind of rig do you have? So it's just a Core i7 PC with a 660 GTS. It's nothing crazy, but it's just, built to help me edit stuff faster. Question number 7, Real Molly asks, do you watch the football or, soccer championships? I assume you're talking about the World Cup. No, I'm not really following the World Cup. I follow the news on social, on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, but I don't have a favorite team, so there's nobody I'm really rooting for. Question number 8, Adam Eve asks, what's your educational background? So originally I got a degree in psychology. I was also a swimmer, an NCAA swimmer whenever I was an undergraduate. And then I went back to school later for business and film, just because whenever I started doing YouTube stuff and working on web video, I didn't really have a background in creative film or anything like that. Question number 9, are you ever gonna do a podcast or a collab channel? So I love listening to podcasts, but I'm not a big fan of making podcasts. I just like doing videos. So you'll always just see me doing this type of stuff. As for a collab channel, It really just depends on how much time I have, because I always have lots of good ideas that I just don't have time for. So if I ever meet someone that I think can help me make one of those ideas happen, then yeah, I'll probably try to do something like that. Question number 10, Laurent Shala asks, what editing software do you use? So it's mostly Adobe Creative Suite, pretty much just Premiere Pro and Adobe Photoshop, just really simple. Question number 11, will you be at Comic-Con this year? So I'm not actually sure if I'm going to be at Comic-Con or not. I might be doing a panel, but I'll make an announcement about that whenever we get closer. Question number 11, which conventions do you like to go to? And do you go to any international conventions? So I haven't really been going to a lot of conventions lately just because I have like a day job and I'm trying to make YouTube videos, so I don't have a lot of time. But next year, my hope is to travel a lot more. So if there are any big conventions in like Australia or England or anywhere else that you guys really think that I should go to, just please let me know. Question number 12, Bangmaid asks, do you ever plan on hiring people to help you make videos? Did you ever end up finding a new apartment? So no, obviously this all looks the same, so I haven't moved anywhere. As for hiring people, no, I have no intention of hiring people. Personally, I really just like being able to do all this myself, but obviously someday I'm gonna try and start a family, so I won't have as much time to make videos, so I'm sure at some point I will need to have someone help me out. I totally realize that I'm like way off on the numbering thing, but number 15, Luke Jordan, which do you prefer, Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead? So I have a longer history with Game of Thrones, so I guess technically you could call that my favorite thing, but The Walking Dead is like this big vast universe that I'm slowly getting into more and more. It's just that I haven't read as much of the written material for Walking Dead as I have for Game of Thrones. Question number 16, The Clonk Bonk asks, where do you get all your wallpapers from? Stuff like this is like something I did in Photoshop. Like this doesn't exist in the wild, like I had to make this myself. Or sometimes it's just screen caps from the videos I make. Question number 17, Jeremy asks, what house best fits your persona? I guess you could say House Stark, just because, you know, winter is coming, just the idea means that they're preparing for something really bad to happen. And I tend to be pretty careful, like in my personal life. Question number 18, Hermit the Crab asks, what did you major in? Well, like I said, my undergraduate degree was in psychology, but I actually got into college on an engineering scholarship, like mechanical engineering. Whenever I switched to psychology, I still got to keep the engineering scholarship too. That was pretty cool. Question number 18, The Seamus asks, you always ask people not to put Pirate Bay links and stuff in your videos. Is that because you work with studios? No, I don't have any official arrangement with studios or anything like that. It's just that whenever you put stuff like that in the comments, it's always just one more reason for a studio to ask you to take a video down. And I spent so much time making videos. To have them take it down is basically just to invalidate like 6 to 8 hours of my life. Question number 19, what are your favorite TV shows and books to read? And are you reading anything right now? So I'm actually reading a couple comic books right now. I'm reading Original Sin from Marvel and Brian K. Vaughan's Saga. Those are actually really awesome comic books you should check out. There's actually a new Game of Thrones short story out that's like a prequel to The Dance with Dragons. As for like favorite TV shows, I would say like, you know, anything you see on my channel is like a favorite show of mine. Because if I'm gonna spend like 8 hours making a video, it better be something that I really enjoy, otherwise it's just gonna be agony. Question number 20, how do you deal with spoilery info that leaks on movies and TV shows? And what do you do whenever episodes leak, like The Flash? So whenever stuff leaks like Korra and The Flash, typically I try to avoid doing like really spoilery videos on it. If you end up showing some of the stuff that got leaked, that's actually super illegal, which is why you don't see me doing a lot of like spoilery Flash videos. Question number 21, Sergio asks, if you were in the Last Airbender Korra universe, what element would you bend? I would probably say earthbending because I would like to be able to metal bend. I feel like that would be really cool. Either that or firebending so that I could lightning bend. I always like the sub style. It's all about that sub style. Question 22, what do you do when you're not making videos? I mostly take naps and eat candy. Question 23, do you have any advice for me about becoming a YouTuber? I would say just find something that you're really passionate about, make a video about it, you know, set up a schedule and communicate what that schedule is in all the videos that you make so that people that find your channel know when those videos are coming and what they're going to be. So I totally forgot which number I'm on, but I'm going to say 24, maybe 23. Who are your favorite YouTubers right now? I would say my favorite YouTubers have always been the Vlogbrothers, but aside from that, I really like to watch YouTubers that do things that I don't do. Like if you're a big nerd fighter, then you probably watch a lot of the same channels that I watch. Question 25. Heather, you actually had a really funny comment, so I'm gonna read it all. If you don't have a girlfriend, you really should. I'm married and probably 15 years older than you, so take this as a big sister comment and not anything creepy, but you're just adorable. Find a good girl in Nerd Nation and settle down. Thank you, that's just really nice. Question 26, what are your favorite things about YouTube or being a YouTuber? And is there anything that you really hate about it? So I would say I both love and hate the comment system. Like, the comments are actually the most important part of YouTube. It's what distinguishes YouTube from like other video platforms. It's why like, you know, Yahoo is like vastly less successful than YouTube just because there's no community. The comments really are the community. Question number 27, are you ever gonna do t-shirts? So no, I don't have any plans to do anything like that anytime soon. You know, maybe next year I might do something either with like my avatar or, you know, like fandom related. You have to be really careful with licenses and stuff like that. Like if I made a Doctor Who t-shirt, then the Doctor Who people could come and sue me. Question 28, what games are you playing right now? So I actually just bought Valiant Hearts, so I'm really looking forward to playing that. Question 29, if you could collab with any YouTuber, who would it be? I would probably say like, you know, somebody who is really good at building Lego models. I'd really like to do like a time-lapse video, like the Game of Thrones intro, you know, only done with Legos. Stuff like that. That would be a lot of fun. And last one, question 30. If you could live in any country, where would it be? So I guess, you know, if, you know, language, economics, and internet connections and stuff like that weren't really a concern, I would totally like to live in Hobbiton, like in New Zealand. That'd be really fun. So thank you so much everyone for submitting questions. I always love doing videos like this. I totally don't mind answering personal questions. It's just I don't think that, you know, daily vlogs for me would be quite as interesting as the other videos I make, which is why you don't see me doing this more often. Because there are a few big milestones that I think are going to be happening this year, I'm going to be announcing some special events whenever I get closer to them. It's going to be like November or December before that happens, but I really would like to start doing some charity work, so when we get closer to that, I'll make some announcements. I know a lot of you have been asking me, yes, there is a Game of Thrones bonus video coming tonight. Be sure to subscribe to get it if you're just finding me for the first time. It might be a little bit longer, but I'm really excited about it. I'll try to post that by like 9 p.m. Pacific time. You can click here to get it. I'll add the annotation as soon as I post it. Heads up, it's all about White Walker theories. And you can also click here to learn all about the new Doctor Who trailer. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tonight. High fives.